What's up, everybody? Oh, I got to take that down. That was just a funny tweet that I saw. I was just like, this is hilarious. I would love to be blocked by PETA at some point, just for some of the ridiculousness I say. What is going on, everybody? Hey, hello, Mr. Christopher. Welcome to Funkadelic WTF. I am your host, Mr. Christopher, and this is my illustrious co-host right over chair, Jeff Page.
What's happening?
Man, we have a great show tonight because the amazing, the beautiful, the talented, the incredible Liv Warfield is in the house tonight.
Yes.
And she's already sitting in the green room. We kind of got her just waiting patiently and whatnot, just because we wanted to give everybody an opportunity to get in here, kind of get comfortable and whatnot. You guys know the rules here. If you're going to say hello, make sure that you communicate where you're coming from. You're in Chicago. I see a Chi-Town in here. Krista, what's going on? Andre, he's up in Canada. We know he's at Jill NPG in Chi-Town up there. Jan.
It's happening. Sue, is it? I got it.
Yeah, April from Tampa. We love all this. Mariah. Yeah, man.
Hey, happy birthday. Happy 65th birthday, Carrie. Wow.
5th birthday.
Nice. Young baby.
Yeah, but you know what? Age is just a number. You know, you see my really cool beanie that I got at Sunday night's show. I went to go see King's X in Atlanta. And for those who don't know, King's X is a funk rock band that has been doing it since 1980. And I said, I don't know how many years these guys got left in them, but they were killing it Sunday night. And I said, I wonder how old this lead singer, bass player is, Doug Pennick. And it said 72. And I was like, what? What? Man, he is just bouncing around and killing it at 72. It's just unbelievable. It's just incredible. It's just, that's just amazing to me. But as I said tonight, Lori from Michigan and Sue from Southern California, Blessing from New Jersey. Or we got Mariah from Jersey too.
Nice.
And Lady J from Lake Orion in Michigan. Man, it's just, you guys are fantastic. Thank you guys all for coming in. I'm sure this is the pre-show, so we kind of let people just kind of sprinkle in because we go live at 8 o'clock. What's 8 o'clock right now?
Yeah.
We should actually flip the switch. But I did want to tell you before we kind of get into it, kind of give you a little bit of an idea of how tonight's going to flow. Tonight, we're going right into the interview with Liv. She's already here, so we're going to break right into it. And as I told you, right at the top of the hour, we're going to do a debut tonight. And it's going to be amazing. Just so we're clear, it's going to be a fantastic show, and maybe they'll take your picture. It's off of the brand new album, The Edge, that is coming out September 15th. I think the date is September 15th. So we're going to be playing that right at the top of the hour. Plus, on top of that, we got a special guest that's going to be dropping in as well, because Mr. Ryan Waters, who's actually in Liv's band, has been performing with Liv for as far back as I can remember. I think the last time I had Liv on the show.
Hey, it's back in the day, way back, I remember.
I had Liv back on the show over a decade ago, and Liv and both Ryan and Liv were on the show together. That was a long time ago. That was a very, very long time ago. But here we are, and tonight we're going to be doing some really, really cool stuff. So you guys know how this works. This is the pre-show, so we're going to go ahead and minimize ourselves and play the little intro, and then we're going to get right into it. And also, before we do this, next Tuesday, please be sure to tune in. We're going to be doing Controversy Corner show, which is going to be all the really cool, crazy, off-the-wall news briefs and stuff that we started doing, and we're going to do almost a whole show dedicated to it. But we also have special guest Mark Webster that's going to be with us. You know that huge Prince symbol that's outside of Paisley Park? He was the one responsible for that. You know that street being renamed, that highway being renamed to Prince Rogers Nelson Highway? He was responsible for that. Mark Webster, he works at Paisley Park. He does security at Paisley Park. He does it, and he's just been, it's just amazing. And all that being said, yes.
Yeah, we're going to get going because they're hanging out in the green room. And, I had to bring them coffee twice now already. And at least they're being polite and nice. And I brought some cake.
Yeah.
Everybody's
And
eating.
thank you for reminding me that I got to turn the radio station on. So yes, thank you for that. All right, I'm going to minimize ourselves and let's get to it. Give me a second. Welcome one and all to Funkatopia WTF, everybody. I am your host, WTF. You can still get these mugs on funkatopia.com/shop. I am your host, Mr. Christopher. This is my co-host, Jeff Page.
What's happening, everybody? How you doing? Hope you guys having a good evening.
Man, I hope you guys are. We have an amazing show tonight. Obviously, you guys know we normally open up the show with news. We're not going to be opening up the show with news today because we're going right into our interview with the amazing, beautiful, and very, very talented Liv Warfield. And she is already in the green room, so I kind of wanted to bring her in, but we're going to talk a little bit about her brand new album and a bunch more. And on top of that, also an exclusive world premiere right here on Funkatopia of the full song. I think we played a clip of it last week.
I'm so excited. It's such a song.
The full song. Maybe they'll take your picture. We're going to play the entire song tonight, which is just incredible. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I know you guys are ready. I mean, they've got to be ready, right, Jeff?
I think they got to be ready. I mean, if they're not ready, too bad, because she's going to kill it. She's going to enlighten us and grace our stage, man.
I know. Here she is. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Liv Warfield in the house.
Oh, yes. Thank you for having me.
Man, it's always a blessing to have you. I've told the story already before you went live at the pre-show. I've said, I've had you on the show so many times over the years, and the first time being, gosh, I want to say about 12 years ago, I want to say. And it was a little bit close, about 10, 11 years ago, because I know the video is at least 10 years old. So that's just
really that long.
It's been that long.
Jeez, time is fleeting, baby. Time is.
Yeah, it is. So, well, you are looking fantastic. How are you?
I'm great. I'm really, really in a great place. I'm excited to share the new record. I'm excited to be here. Like, it's a different shift of energy for right now, and in the place that I am right now. So it's a good place.
This is beautiful because no matter when I see you and whenever I've seen you around, you've always been a glowing ball of energy anyway.
Oh.
So whatever shift it's making, it's still making the right shift.
Thank you.
You're just boom.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's just, and actually, I'm going to talk a little bit about this. A Funkatopian, Audrey Johnson, told me, because I didn't get an opportunity to see some of the performances and stuff that you did with was it Cafe Zazu? What was it called?
Cabaret Zazu.
Yeah, Cabaret Zazu.
Yes.
And I didn't get a chance to see it, but I guess she did. But and she's kind of been watching this transition that's been happening with you, this reinvention that's been happening with you, and she just said, Liv is on some next level right now. And I was just like, I've been watching it from afar. I've been watching these little posts on Facebook. I was like, man, she is just like nonstop turned on.
Nonstop is absolutely right. That's the best way to describe it. Cabaret Zazu. It was like comedy, theater, circus. Circus. And the most amazing crew that I had to be able to do that for a whole year in Chicago. I learned how to fly in the air. I was doing, so I guess I could say I'm an aerialist now. But that whole thing really changed me. It was good to kind of have that off to the side for me to just discover a whole new different place. It really pushed me in a different way. Besides the grind of making the music and being the artist and going out and doing shows, it was different to have something to go to every single night with these amazing cast members, to do this every night. It was discipline. It's just a whole nother thing. It's just a whole nother thing that changed me.
Well, we're going to be talking about that a little bit later, because I want to go into detail, because I got some clips I want to share.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, we're going to talk about your workout routine.
All that. About all that stuff. But right now, because I promised that we would do this at the top of the hour, you have a brand new album coming out on September 15th called The Edge. And first off, the title track is off the chain. It is just, I got a little clip of that I want to talk about. But tonight, before we do that, tonight we are going to be unveiling right here, world premiere of the full song. Maybe They'll Take Your Picture. So you can tell me exactly how you want to do this, because I know also we have a special guest that is sitting in the green room right now.
Yes.
Who does a little bit of work for you. He's been in the band for just a little bit of time.
just a little bit.
Yeah.
And, he was actually he was responsible for writing this song. So should we bring him on now and talk about it?
Yeah, sure.
Awesome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me bring on the one and only Ryan Waters in the house. There. Oh, where's he at?
Hey, what's happening?
Okay, let's bring him on.
Hey, Ryan, you get one too.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
I'll take it. Any fanfare I can get these days.
I love that background, man. That's good stuff. I love the guitars on the wall.
You know, that's the living room, chilling.
That's a living room.
I can't afford to mount them on the wall. They just sit on the floor.
I got plenty on the floor too.
Yeah.
So tell us a little. We're about to do the world premiere here of this song. Maybe They'll Take Your Picture. Tell me a little bit about this song. You know, what came up with how'd you come up with the idea? Just a little bit about the song in general before we start playing it here.
The song it started as kind of a jam we were doing live, just kind of the groove, and we knew we were going in the studio, and we just throwing ideas around, and I just kind of wrote a hook to this groove we'd already been doing, and Liv and our friend Michelle just sort of in the studio in real time just sort of jumped in. I just kind of gave him the lyrics, and I mean, a lot of that, especially those background parts, are kind of first take. It was really a vibe.
Wow.
And then and it was kind of stream of consciousness, just fun lyrics. I always try to squeeze a little bit of meaning in there, but for the most part, it's just a jam and an excuse to make some noise and get a groove on.
Man, listen, I've actually had obviously the benefit of already hearing this song just about a half dozen times or so, but I just want to say when I listen to The Edge, the song is called Edge, but the album's called The Edge, correct?
Correct.
Okay, yeah. And then this song, I'm like, dude, what? I mean, what does this album hold for us? Because it is just, I mean, if these two songs are indicative of what's on this album, people are just, minds are going to be blown. Is this like a really good example of how this album is laid out?
Baby, strap on, like, listen.
Absolutely.
I haven't been so excited about something just because with me, Ryan and J-Mac and Marlon, it was the most organic, fast happening album that I've ever been a part of.
Yeah. Like
literally ever been. It's just something about the energy and the time, because we got it done quickly. Now, keep in mind, some songs were already kind of like lyrically, they were kind of like waiting around to find a home, but it just happened. And when you go with the energy, just go with it. It was just, it was amazing. It's time. It's time.
Yep. The whole record top to bottom is,
yeah.
And to answer your question, absolutely. The songs are a good representation of the rest of the tunes. The whole record covers a lot of ground. It's definitely a funk record and a rock record, but Liv sings her ass off. It's a great
What's
record.
new? What's new there? I mean, come on.
I mean, right. We know. Bottom line is when you make someone feel something, that's all that matters. And
That's right.
Just from what you guys have, this little sample, this little touch, we're just feeling that all over the place. So it's gonna be fire.
All right. So let's go ahead and we're gonna play the song. I'm actually going to put up a screen that actually shows the album cover and both sides, the front and back album cover. If you would like to pre-order anything that Liv has done, including the brand new album, including The Unexpected, including any singles that she had, I've actually set up a link for you guys to make it real easy to find. Just go to funkatopia.com/live. That's it. Funkatopia.com/live, LIV. That will take you right to the Amazon page where you can pre-order the vinyl for this. You can just whatever you want to do. It's all going to be there. So, you guys ready? I'm about as ready as I'm going to get, I think. Let's go ahead and put up this little album cover here to kind of show the front and back of this album cover. And oh my gosh, this is just ridiculous. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here you go. The world premiere of Maybe They'll Take Your Picture.
Satellite turned on. It's so hard to see each other. It's the end of history when the mystery is gone. Yeah. We all think we know the end. And tomorrow won't bring nothing new you ain't already done. Let it go and let it happen. Everything we think we see be coming from the sun. Pull it to your own frequency. That's why you gotta live your life. Come on, baby. Do your work. Do good, do it well. Baby, they'll take your picture, baby. Live your life. Live your life. Do your work. Do your work now. Cool, baby, you and forever. Well, I tell you, they sure understood the good back in the day. Everything was face to face. See, it ain't about who shot the most, it's what you gotta say. Listen, man, disagree. Ain't no way to win a war that you sure already won. Fight with some humility. Everything we think we see be coming from the sun. Don't shine, y'all compromise. Live your life, do your work. Do your work well, baby, they'll take a picture. Live your life, do your work. Do it cool, baby, you live forever. Live your life, do your work, do good work, do it well, baby, they'll take your picture. Take your picture. Live your life, do your work, do it cool, baby, you live forever. Live your life, your work, baby, do your work, do it well, baby, they'll take your picture. Live your life, you gotta live it, do your work, got to give it, cool, baby, you live forever. baby, you make me good forever. Yeah. Come on. Oh yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Oh, I'm living, baby. Don't you worry about me. It's that feel good. It's that no good.
Oh my God. just stop. Oh my God. I just oh my God.
I had to mute.
What the hell? I don't.
Okay.
All right.
Wow.
Oh my God. And you can obviously see by everybody's reaction here that it is just, and it's just, I don't know if you guys can see the comments and stuff that are flying by over here. I think if you, there's a comment tab that you might be able to see on the right-hand side, and they're just like coming. It's just, holy cow. That is fire.
I don't care who you are, what you look like, what you think. You're going to be ugly when you're listening to this song. You can't help it.
Yeah, baby.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I just
Oh, it hurts.
If you don't move, you dead.
Baby,
Man.
listen.
So
Listen.
okay, I got to ask this one question here, but I'm going to kind of fast forward a couple things here because I want to know: is this the band that is performing on this album? Is this the full band right here?
This is,
Sure is.
except for Red, but yes, yep, that's everybody.
Okay.
All right, so give everybody introductions for those who are not familiar with your lineup. Who was doing what on this album?
Ryan Waters, as you know, guitar. J
What's up,
Mac,
Ryan? I see you
Yes.
out there.
He's
Doing a
that
little
guy right there.
Brady
J
Bunch.
Mac, who is incredible bass player, who is just incredible mind, man. J Mac is bass, and Marlon Patton, who is a drummer. Marlon he just does something to me. He's the drummer on this record, and he also did a lot of the engineering and mastering on this album. Like, Marlon is really special. Marlon is incredible. And so, yeah, that's the crew right there. That's the crew right there. And also, it was so funny because when we recorded it, because it was just, listen, the song goes even without horns too. I mean,
Right.
without all of that instrumentation, but I met these amazing group of guys in the UK called Triple Horns. And they're actually on there playing because, again, the record came so fast. And I was like, okay, who to call? Let me call Triple Horns, the UK. And the last one, I was like, I need to get Roy A.G. on trombone.
Shout out to the homie Roy.
Yes.
Roy.
Wow.
And it was literally, Ryan, correct me if I'm wrong, I called Roy at the studio and I said, Roy, listen, I need a solo and I need you to holler on this thing, man. I need you to holler. And Roy was like, Liv, I got you. Say the word. Literally, I sent it to Roy in 30 minutes. he sent it back to me, and I was like, Roy, oh my God. And it's just one of those things, kind of like we had to kind of go with the flow with it. And again, when all the energies go, I was just going with the flow. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So shout out to those guys. I really appreciate them for just coming through when I needed them quickly. You know, again, it was fast. We were recording fast. I'm telling you, it was fast.
Yep.
And then my folks, they had me. They had me, and I'm so grateful. So grateful. Yeah.
Sick.
Mhm.
Sick.
This is just such an incredible release, and I'm honored that we're given the capability to be able to do the world premiere of that song here on the show.
Bless.
Let your marketing people know to whitelist us on YouTube so we don't this video.
Like, they will ding us.
Yeah, they just
No,
didn't-
you good. You good.
And so Ryan, are you responsible for the Edge for the song Edge as well?
No, that was for the most part our bass player J-Mac brought the music for that one in, and again, that one was done in a day. I mean, Liv just sort of laid down the vocal, like, you know, I woke up that morning. I remember Jay sent me a demo of him on tour, just kind of jamming this little thing, and we put the groove down that morning. That afternoon, Liv laced the vocals, so it was done by the end of the day.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, and the reason why I asked that, and sorry, I'm kind of obviously messing with layouts and stuff and just trying to make sure that
you're good.
talking.
No, all good.
All good. I'm sorry that Ryan keeps getting overwritten by the comments. It's just like
I'm used to it. All good.
Just play the guitar, man. It's awesome.
That's right.
You make enough noise, right?
Right.
And the reason why that's a shocker on Edge, I'm gonna play. Okay, I've probably watched the lyric video for Edge probably about 20 something times, because the changes in this song are ridiculous. And I'm trying to figure out, and now I wish that he had come on to kind of talk about the show a little bit. I'm just going to play you guys a little clip. Jeff Page, I don't know if you've heard this clip.
Yeah,
this is a real small clip of just of some of the intricate parts of Edge. Check this out.
To the sea of everything that's always calling me. Will you come?
Just stop it. Just stop it. Just stop.
If
you're telling me that he laid that in a day,
if there ever was a song that had the perfect blend of jazz licks and runs and rock, this hit hard.
It was a perfect storm, that track, definitely.
Yeah.
See, this is what I don't understand. It's like between that song and the song we just heard, Maybe They'll Take Your Picture, it's just like, is this a sign of what we got coming? Because holy cow. I mean, it's just shocking to me. So
amazing.
So we're going to talk a little bit about everything, Liv, but I do want to ask you real quick, about the other songs that are on this album and some of the songs that you may or may not, what was probably the most difficult song? Obviously, I'm shocked that Edge wasn't up there just because of the fact of just the intricacy of it and the way that song came together so easily for having that type of construction is just unbelievable to me. But what songs can you think of off this album that were probably a little more difficult to work with than others? Like I'll put up the
thank you for giving me that.
Yeah. I know. It's not out yet, so it's not committed. I got it.
I'll be honest with you. It wasn't difficult. There was nothing on this album that was difficult. It just wasn't, it wasn't. And, I'm a big person that listens to energy and flow and not fighting with anything. Like if the energy is there, it's there, you know. If it's not, we just move on to the next thing. And what I'm telling you, it wasn't like that. And I've never experienced anything until now where everything was just like, okay, boom, next. Okay, boom, next. Like, for instance, like Get to Know Love was the catalyst for it all was Get to Know Love when I actually decided, okay, you know what, I want to start doing this record. And this was I think I did this a couple years prior. And I talked to Bobby Sparks and I talked to Mark Lettieri and a couple of other people. And I went down to Dallas and I wanted something like Fela Kuti and Frank Mocha, who's actually on the road with Erykah Badu, who's the drummer now.
Wow.
For her. And that even wasn't a big deal. It was because I already knew what I wanted to do. Like the message was already there, and it just came. It came so fast. Everything came really fast, and I was like, okay, let me go with the energy. Let me go with the energy of it all. And they laced that one too. It was all the things I feel like that was inside of me for the past 9 years after the unexpected that needed to come out finally. And it was the right timing to do that. You know, I wasn't trying to force a record. At times I felt like I had to, like, I feel like, oh my God, I need to put an album out. It had been so long since the unexpected had come out. Oh my God, 2014. That's been a minute. Yeah. But after that, I'm telling you, when we got into the studio with Ryan Marlin and J-Mac and I, it was like, okay, look, y'all, we need to do this record. And I'm ready to do it now. And I was doing it during Cabaret Zazu too. So on my days off, the guys would come down to the studio at Shirk Studios in Chicago. Mm-hmm. It was an amazing studio. And we went to work, and it wasn't hard. It was like kind of like almost a thing. It was like almost predestined. It was supposed to be that way. If I could say,
yeah,
so.
it was super easy.
It was super easy. Super easy. Mm-hmm.
That is amazing. So you don't have, there's not like one specific track off of the album that you can say, oh my, that song right there, I can't wait for it. You can't say all of them. Okay, let's just say you're a basketball captain and you got to pick your first player. Who are you picking?
Who are you picking?
Oh,
your number one draft.
Okay. There's one song on the album that I feel super close to, and that's Bloom. Mm-hmm. Only because Chris Joyner, who I was in the band with Nancy Wilson of Heart, I met Chris Joyner, and something about when he brought the track to me, I just instantly, and this was during the time, you know, during the really difficult times, really, really harsh times, that I was trying to figure out what the hell am I doing? I just came off of Prince and the album and all of that. What am I doing? You know, who am I now? And I need to figure out a way to, I don't know. The song just came really easy. Bloom for me is my personal favorite on the album because Chris put his foot in it. I also got Stevie Black. He's a orchestral arranger. He wrote the violins and orchestra on this album.
Strings, oh no!
It's really, really, really amazing, and I think that speaks volumes to kind of like where I am. Like I feel like I've finally come to my full bloom on who I know I am as an artist, right? Because I've gone through this whole thing from the ground up, from starting kind of super late to now. I feel like, man, okay, I know who I am. Not that I didn't know necessarily who I was. I feel like I was in training, but I'm like, man, I know me. You know, this is who I am authentically. You know, and Bloom is my favorite. It's one of my favorites. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, mine too. It's a great track.
Oh, wow.
I cannot wait.
You know, when something's meant to be, that's what it's supposed to be. That's what it's supposed to feel like. That's how it's supposed to flow. So
exactly.
You guys
you know, it's energy, you know, it's frequency. And I say that, and I know people are, and I know it could sound, I don't know, just, I don't know. It is energy and frequency for me, you know. I don't try to fight it anymore. I used to try to fight it, but no, it just flowed.
Just everybody who's listening, once again, if you've got to check out Liv's stuff, go to funkatopia.com/live. And we made it, like Mr. Christopher said, we made it real easy for you. So go there. Pre-orders, right? They can pre-order too, since it's not coming out till September 15th.
September 15th. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, make sure you pick up this music. You've already heard the funk, the dirt, the nasty. You've made your ugly faces. So just spend the money. Let's do it. It's time.
Let's do it. And this is the second single. When the third single comes out,
it's a wrap.
What's the third single?
It's Stare, and it's another one. Ryan Waters.
Okay.
Ryan Waters stamped. You know what I mean?
Nice.
You know.
So Ryan, tell us a little bit about Stare. And Ryan, I know you kind of just you dropped in to kind of help introduce. You know, maybe they'll take your picture. So we don't want to hold you all night. So I get
it's all
it.
good, man.
But
Happy to be here.
But before we let you go, because we're gonna dig a little bit deeper with Liv here. But before I let you go, tell me a little bit about Stare and what people can expect with that.
Stare is one. That's kind of the only tune we have been playing out live a little bit. It's just kind of a ramp up rocker that kind of always works live.
Nice.
And we kind of knew it was going to be one of the tracks on that we would kind of build the record around. Like I said, it was kind of the only one we'd already been playing live. So we kind of, we kind of had it under our fingers anyway. And it came out, I think it exceeded our expectations. It came out really great.
That's good.
And, we thought about maybe dropping it first and even second, but it just kind of seemed like the one that we wanted to build up to and, maybe, get some big production video behind it. Who knows? But it's just a complete slam your face rocker. It's sort of the one that most allows kind of Liv to really do what she does live. It sounds like us live. So yeah, we're really excited for that one. But there is not a sleeper on the whole record. So all these tracks that we've been talking about, some aren't the singles. Bloom so far isn't a single, and it might be my favorite track. So can't lose.
Yeah,
can't
I think
wait for it coming out.
That's like a little bit of the Prince recipe. It's just I always tell people that aren't really familiar with Prince, it's like, if all you know of Prince is what's on the radio, you have no idea.
There it is.
Exactly.
Hey, we learn from the best.
Yes. Yes. 100%.
Absolutely.
100%.
So anyways, Ryan, thank you so much for coming on and joining us, man. And
anytime.
I can't thank you enough. We need to get you on the show aren't you working on something? I heard when I think you're actually doing. You guys gonna be actively touring with this album, correct? Once it launches?
Yeah, we're gonna be out there quite a bit. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I had heard some ramblings about some solo stuff from you.
I'm always making records, and I've put out a few over the years.
Okay.
I've the last 10 years or so since I've been rolling with Liv, anytime I get an idea, I just send it to her, and she's been taking them all. So.
Not just me have been taking all of Ryan's gems.
Yeah, I've been circulating my, I've been a little more friendly with sharing my tunes recently. But
Nice.
sooner or later, I'll have another record out too.
Yeah, writing credits and points can be very lucrative.
Absolutely, man. The older I get, I don't need the credit. Just give me the money.
I know, right? And when you let yours go, remember, we're here. So
hey. Cool. Duly noted.
Ryan Waters, thank you so much for joining us, brother.
Peace, y'all. I'll see you soon. Thanks for having me.
No problem. All right, Liv. Let's talk about Jeff Page. I don't know why you're big. You ain't talking.
Every once in a while, I slip up to the front.
That's a story of our lives. Man, I love this photo. Just so we're clear.
Bless.
Yeah, I mean, you are just like so photogenic. It's like I don't know.
Wow, blessings.
Yeah. I don't think I've seen a bad picture of you. So
baby. No. No.
Not buying it. Sorry.
I appreciate. I thank you for that. Thank you.
There you go. Violet Brown says, "Gorgeousness."
Gorgeousness.
Bless.
Yeah, what was it like playing on Good Morning America? I mean, when you're in you think so? I've been on a television show.
Yes.
That a national television show a couple of times. Once we were doing there was some play that I was doing and I was in. And there was another time where I was doing a national television commercial for Nancy Reagan. This was many, many years ago, obviously when she was alive.
Oh, wow.
And so you kind of, the vibe that you get when you're on these TV studios, it's like, it's so much pressure. What is it? Good Morning America is just like some other type of level. So
Yeah.
What is it like to perform on Good Morning America? And is it a whole different vibe for you?
Honestly, shout out to Teen, because I have to thank her, Teen Field, who is the film director who did a lot of Soul of a Nation, recommended me to perform on Good Morning America. And we got the call to do it. And it's different because I had done the Fallon stuff, and I was a ball of nerves, child. Like doing all of that, I was like, oh my God, like self-sabotage like a mug. And this was different. Like I felt when I went into Good Morning, everybody from ABC, honey, was so nice. They were just the energy, they were just up. The producer was up, the energy was up. And of course, my manager, on my team manager, Cynthia, she had to be there at 3:00 in the morning. J Mac, the bass player, is there at 3 a.m. So everybody was just, the energy was up. Okay. I'll tell you that right off tops. But when I got there, I was like, you know what? This is joy, right? No need to be stressed. No need to pull on that anxiety for what? You just go in there and do you. Because that's what they called you to do. So the energy was amazing. We did it a couple times, and I was like, okay, what is this, a performance? Are we going to do this live? Y'all want some more songs? What y'all want to do? After that, I was like, man, we could do a whole concert. What's up? Good Morning America. We could do that too. So it wasn't, I'm telling you, we had just been really blessed to have everything be relaxed. Like it was just, I also believe it's the energy that you bring, the energy that we brought was like, man, we ready to perform. We had just did Cafe Wa the night before. And we were done. The wind down wasn't until like 1 a.m. You know what I mean? And we had to be up at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, but it didn't matter. I had all the people surrounded by me who love and support me. That's why surrounding yourself with good energy is everything. So it was off the chain. It was good. We did it like 3 or 4 times, and I was like, oh, let's do this again. But they were wonderful there. They were wonderful, and we had a good time. We had a great time. Great time.
But yeah, I mean, every time I see you perform live, the first time I ever got to see you perform live was many years ago, when you, Elisa Fiorillo-Deese, and Shelby J did that little trio thing where you went around and you were performing at Piedmont Park in Atlanta.
Oh my God.
And you did.
Yes.
Yeah. And you killed it. And I recorded a little video clip of you doing Why Do You Lie? And I put it up on YouTube, and Prince linked to it. And then all of a sudden I started getting all these views on YouTube. I was like, wow, that's pretty amazing. And it was like a really horrible resolution too. But that was the first time that I saw you perform live. And I was like, man, this girl is like, she's like on some, it's like you were just connected with the music and connected with just everything. And I think that's a lot of artists are like that, where you get on stage and you just become one with everything that's going on, and you just kind of just get into that vibe. And I'm going to bounce forward just a little bit, but what is there anything that you do pre-show, rituals that you do to kind of put yourself in a mode, or you just kind of just go at it? Are there vocal?
Go at it. Just make sure you give me my Jameson. Give me my whiskey.
Yes.
That's a ritual.
Yes.
That's it. I do. I mean, I wish, that there's no, I don't know, there's no set thing for me. I just want to be around the people who love and support me. That's all I ask. That's all I want, my energy to be around. And as long as we know, like I tell Cynthia and everybody else, Ronlin, a P-Bat, I'm like, look, where's the Jameson? Who got it? And then after that, I'm good, because it used to be a time where I would work myself up. So many nerves, so much because of expectation, people's expectation, and the world sometimes, and social media and all that stuff can drive you to that kind of energy. And I never wanted to be that type of person or that type of artist. What you get from me, and what you always will get from me, is my heart. What you always will get from me is my vulnerability, because the stage is the place where I'm able to like release all of that, all of it. So we're, by nature, I'm just a loving, caring person. And I feel like the stage is the place where I'm able to share that energy. So as long as I got my family and my whiskey,
Jameson,
we're good.
I think people forget when they're getting on stage that everyone in the audience is there for you. Like they're there for you. They want you to do well. And
I hope so. I just want people to have a good time, working with Prince for so long and being on those stages for so long. I got to learn the connection every time that he brought. Like when I tell people all the time, like it was studying for me, like I was, when they say Purple University or Paisley Park University, like I was really studying. Every time he was vulnerable, every time. And I just was like, wow, like it was a release. It was a release for him. You know what I mean? And a cathartic or religious, I would want to say, experience that I felt like happened for us on stage and also for the people in the crowd. It's a release of energy, and frequency is so important. And I was telling the band, even Cynthia before and others, like I want us to so much be on this level, even outside of the stage. I've learned that more and more, how much frequency holds on to you after the stage,
right?
Even after the performance. I don't know, maybe maybe that's too much pressure onto myself, but I feel like that's important. I don't know.
Well, you and I are very, very similar in that when we first, I'm nowhere near as talented as you. However, when we first started, the first time I ever sang in front of a band, I was a good singer, but yes. I was so stressed out by the crowd that my entire performance, the first time that I was on stage, was facing the drummer.
Yeah.
Making eye contact with me the whole time, going, turn around.
Yes. Turn around. People need to see you. Yeah.
And I just couldn't do it. And I remember leaving the stage today, and everyone was like, well, they were good, but what's up with he was doing a Jim Morrison. And I just said, and I said to myself, and I said, you know what? No matter how uncomfortable it is, even if I had to perform with my eyes closed when I'm performing, then that's what I'll do. That's never going to happen to me again. And I heard a very, very similar story with you that when you first started, you had a difficult time facing the audience.
Yeah, I couldn't.
When did that change for you? And what was going through your mind when that was happening? Because I just can't imagine how you get from that to the theatrics that you do now. I just like, wow, that's like such a separation.
It is a separation because I really started really late. You know, I really started musically very, very late. Because that just wasn't my trajectory. Like this in my life right now, I did not see this happening for me in my life, right? So when I started late, it was just more like it's the self-confidence, it's the let people see you, you know, let people connect with you, even if you're scared, you know, even if because there's somebody out there that's inspired by the fact that you actually took the chance and you were bold enough to be like, let them see you, you know. It took me a minute to get there. And man, let me tell you, I busted free like a little butterfly child when I finally got confident to just be me and do me and not feel like I'm always getting criticized. You know, I had to, I really had to learn that. I just had to learn that, you know, even now still, you know.
Was there a particular moment or a particular show that, you know, was that breakout moment for you? Was that, wow, I finally get it kind of moment?
I mean, this is years ago when I was when I used to be at the Bitter End in Portland, Oregon. I was in a band we called the band Silky. Don't.
Was this 90s or?
It was called Silky, and but it was a killing band though, and I learned on stages. Portland, Oregon gave me the platform to learn in these clubs and these stages to just learn to be me. When I tell people, you know, even before Prince gave me such a platform. And even then I was still like Bambi, no pun intended, but I was just such a baby, not really kind of understanding, but I was learning how to be an artist, just to be a performer, you know, just to be a performer, you know. So I had many chances to have platforms and I learned from the ground up. When I'm telling you, I went from the ground up. Like social media for these people now is the ground up for a lot of folks. Like,
right.
I compare social media to me going around in Portland, Oregon, posting flyers on the poles, you know, staples on the poles.
God, remember the 80s?
Yes.
Like, I
remember the 80s when you used to like put up your posters everywhere.
Oh my God, from street to street. 50 flyers.
People chase you away from their cars when you try to put them on their windshields.
Listen, Kinko's. I don't know if anybody knows about Kinko's.
Yeah, they better.
You know, like I've been through that experience. I know what it is, and I cherish all those moments because I am grateful for those experiences now because I know who I am and I appreciate it more. I appreciate it way more. You know, social media is a hard thing for me. I'm getting better at it because naturally I'm an introvert. I'm very much an introvert. I'm very shy. I'm very quiet. Yeah, I'm just that kind of person, but I'm getting there. It's a different thing. It's a different thing now.
Speaking of being a performer, I want to talk a little bit about this just for a second.
Oh yes, baby. Cabaret Zazu.
Cabaret Zazu. So I've heard, you know, of course, me being so intricately woven into the Prince world, I've heard a lot about this performance. I didn't get an opportunity to get up and see this, but I have heard all types of reviews and this is obviously one of the things where people were saying Liv is just gone, is just like on some other type of.
She's gone crazy.
Yeah. I got a little. Well, first off, let me play. I'm gonna play a 48-second clip of you kind of performing, but then I want to play a 12-second clip that's silent. And I'm thinking, you know what clip I had to silent because it was a great video, but there was some kind of weird track to it or whatever. Some people talking. Anyways, let's play this real quick so people can kind of see what you were doing here at Cabaret Zazu.
Oh.
Flying high, you
You know how I feel. Reach to no man. You know how I feel. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's new life for me. And I'm feeling good.
It was just a little clip, but I do want to play, which is amazing.
Love that. Love that.
But I do want to play this little 12-second clip because I don't know what audio track was behind it, but this is a silent track just because it was some weird audio behind it.
Okay,
but,
sure.
This is.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
I mean,
man.
So, like, here's what I don't understand. Because that I watched Pink do it and I about to have a heart attack because it's like, what? Because and it's obviously some of the stuff that Pink's doing is like really insanely dangerous. But was there any point in time, you know, of all those performances that you did, would you said a month that you were doing that? Or was it longer?
That whole aerial?
Yeah.
Oh,
no, just with Cabaret Zazu, what was that?
For almost a year.
Oh, almost a year.
Wow.
Okay.
Like I just finished it last week.
Okay. So all those performances, you had to have a mishap happen at some point in time during any of those performances. Nothing that was even like, oh, it's a little bit scary. I'm holding on for my dear life.
No. And I gotta pat myself on the back because that wasn't what was shown there was just some of the easy shit that I was doing.
Right.
I was upside down, twirling, like no hands with the microphone. And here's the thing is, I had been introduced to this process like a year ago through Drea Weber, and she's actually Pink's choreographer. She does Pink stuff now. She's been with Pink for many years, probably 15, 20 years. Okay. And she was the coach for this, and she had been in the show previously. And I had asked Drea, I was like, oh my God, I'm interested. Right. I was like, could you teach me how to sing and do aerial at the same time? Because I know Pink does it. It's pretty amazing. And she was like, you really want to? I was like, yeah, why not? The edge. There we go. So she taught me for about 3 or 4 months. I had been working on it for 6 months. And they asked me at Cabaret Zazu, they were like, do you want to fly? Drea's like, I want her to fly because she was the director of the Cabaret Zazu show. And I said, I'm flying. I'm doing it because there's no time in my life. And I say this to my mom. I don't ever want to say that shoulda, coulda, woulda. Like I should have tried it. And I did it, baby, for 10 months. Trust me, every time I went up there in the air, I was nervous as hell. But I really think that had a lot to do with how I am right now. The freedom that it allowed me, the extra, I'm a thrill seeker by nature. I'm jumping out of planes, I'm skydiving, I'm always doing crazy shit like that anyway. I was a gymnast for 14, 15 years of my life anyway. So that was like the extra thing for me that allowed me to be like, God, you can do anything if you wanted to. Here I am at 40 something years old saying, why not?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why? My body gave me the approval and it said, you probably got like 2 years, girl, to be doing all this stuff up in the air. So I did it. And, there's going to be some surprises along the way because I'm going to keep doing it. I absolutely love it. I love it.
Are you talking about doing it personally as like something you're going to be doing or as part of a performance?
Oh, no. Yeah.
Okay.
I did a show at Cabaret Zazu. I did my own show there, and people who were there chime in, say yes if you were there in Chicago. But I did aerial with my own show, and I did it to the unexpected. It was crazy.
Wow.
It was insane. So I'm hoping to add that to my show moving forward. So if anybody who has a performing arts center or an aerial rig, call me.
That's wonderful. That's amazing. I mean, the physical endurance, like it's a workout, and you have to feel and know everything your body is doing. So
yeah,
and then to sing,
yeah,
just the spins and control alone. Now you've got to sing properly. Come on.
yeah, yeah.
Believe it or not, I actually have an 8-foot aerial rig in my garage. Now,
do you? Stop lying.
I
That
do
was for
because
himself,
my daughter.
What you doing with that?
Well, my wife and I try things. And,
Right next to the stripper pole.
No, it's a joke. No. My daughter. Come on now. My daughter was into silk. She loved doing it. She did it for a long time, and we were like, well, let's see if we could find something to do. I did put a hook in her ceiling, and that ended up working out really well. But I actually got one on Amazon that was an 8-foot setup, and it's still in the box. Has never even been put together. It's still sitting out there. So, anyways, let me talk. I'm gonna send it to you. I can send it to you.
Send it to me.
It's just been sitting out there. It's not doing anything.
It's so funny. My husband's like, I said, baby, because I need to keep practicing when this whole thing is over. He was like, do you want the whole bedroom to come falling down if we try to put an aerial rig up in this house? He said, you can go to the playground. I said, no.
Well, if you have
going over to the playground,
I'll drop you off.
What would you do if you were like driving by a playground? You have out your peripheral, you happen to see Liv Warfield hanging up in the swing set.
That part.
What's happening here? Well, you can actually get one of those eye hooks, and that's what I did in my daughter's room. We have standard ceilings, but I put an eye hook in a beam, and it works great. And you can.
I'm gonna have to install one now.
Yeah, and 8 foot may not be tall enough. If you want to do after you've just got done doing Cabaret Zazu, that's like not even in the mix. But anyway.
No, it is very much in the mix.
Okay, well, we'll talk offline. You got my number. I'll send it to you. It's literally just collecting dust and it's not even open. It's in a box, unassembled. So we'll talk.
Okay.
Wow.
Has there been talk about that show, Cabaret Zazu, being doing it again, like in other cities other than?
No, Cabaret Zazu is finished. It is done. Unfortunately, it was an amazing show, but it closed. We had our last show July 2nd, and it closed. And another show which was the original, Teatro Zanzani, is coming back into Cambria Hotel, which is the same. It's kind of the same thing. The difference between Cabaret Zazu, I believe, is just the storyline was different. The energy was different. The music was different. And so that's why I think what made it so special is because there was guitar in there, was rock and roll. It was a very cool storyline. But Teatro Zanzani, it will be the same in Chicago. It's just different players. They switch out the cast every 6 months. So it could be contortion artists. It could be anybody, and I had a lot of respect with these artists who were circus artists, because this was the world of circus. I was in the world of circus, and that's a whole nother level of respect.
Oh god, that Cirque du Soleil stuff is so dangerous. Every Cirque du Soleil show I've seen, I've been like, can't breathe.
Shelby!
Hey, what's up, Shelby?
What's up, Shelby?
So it was just a different level of it's just a different level, and that too changed me too, because it was discipline. I had to be somewhere every single day, 6 shows a week for the past 10 months, singing all night long, and then having to do aerial at the same time too. So it pushed me to my limit. Not even limit. I wouldn't say it pushed me to my limit. It just pushed me. It pushed me.
It's just, wow. Let's change gears just for a second. You played at the Ruby and Friends Music Festival. I'm not familiar with the Ruby and Friends Music Festival, but I think it's because it doesn't happen near me. But there was a clip that showed you on Facebook. And one of the things you said in that clip was, well, in the text, you said, "I love shooting this doc." What what doc are you talking? Is there like a documentary that's coming, or?
Oh yeah.
Okay, what is this about?
I've been shooting with this documentary with filmmaker Teen Fields. I've been posting a lot of her. She's the film director and the director of Soul of a Nation, part of ABC, who's won Emmy Award. She just got another Emmy. She's been shooting this doc of me ever since maybe months after Prince passed. About my life, about being an independent artist, and am I actually going to get to another album? What it is like to be an independent artist, the struggles for the past damn near 9 years, not 9, 7 years. For the past 7 years, she's been shooting it. I'm telling you, every bit of it. And it's been amazing, and I can't wait to put it out. Teen, she's probably on here because I think she's watching. She's probably going to use some of this, so I don't know. We got to get your permission for it. But she's been shooting. She's been shooting this documentary of it all. I'm proud to say I'm independent and doing it my way, because it took me a minute to get here. I'm telling y'all, it took me a minute to get here. Proudly. Not to say all the past stuff wasn't amazing, but for it to be my voice, my artistic direction, my creative direction, it has been a struggle. It's been a struggle. This shit is not easy.
She said I might use it.
It's it's been a lot.
Teen, you can use it.
She said I might use it. Yeah, but she's captured it all. You know what I mean? And wow. I want people to be able to see it, the rawness, the truth of it. Because what people, I think, see of me sometimes, because I try to keep my private life very private, it's happy me as me, always posting the joyous stuff of, all of it, but it hasn't. My 9 years have been a struggle. You know what I mean? Have been a serious struggle. And there's been very good in the in-between that have kept me afloat creatively. But it's just been, self-confidence, insecurity, being an artist. How am I going to create this music? How am I going to get the money to pay the musicians to get the music? How are we going to pay? How am I going to pay the musicians at the end of the night? Do I have enough money? I got 10 people with me. It's the real. It's the real.
The real.
It's the real.
Yeah.
And that's why, there's so much joy in me right now, because I finally feel like, man, you finally got to this point where you're proud of your work. I can sit here and say to you, I'm so proud of this album. Before, even with The Unexpected, it's not like I wasn't proud. It was more so that I was hiding behind this mask of being 70% proud of it and being 30% disappointed. I'm being honest. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The independence that I gained from all of this situation is that it's control. What Prince said, having control. When you have control over your art, it is everything. It is your gold. Your authenticity is your gold. And I feel like, man, I'm in my 40s, and I feel like I finally got to that point where I can really say that, speaking to you, like, I know who I am. I struggle so much with that. So I'm just I'm excited about it. So everybody can see it. Y'all will be able to see it next year.
Oh my gosh, looking forward to it.
To some of the stuff, but people need to see it.
Yes,
it's my story. It is what it is. It's not easy, but it can be done.
That's gonna be amazing. And we talking about like the ups and downs. I did go ahead, Jeff.
I was saying that's what people need, though. People need what it really is, the real. They need the person behind, what I used to call behind the scenes.
That's right.
That's what people need. They need to feel that, relate to that, understand that. And of course, the end result is some will love you more, others will grow more personally, regardless. I mean, it helps people. That's the beauty of all of that.
Yeah, so. I mean, it's a true labor of love in a way that I did say on GMA. It is a beautiful struggle because I wouldn't change shit about it. You know, before I would have been crying my eyes out, and I was about like, you know, they need to be giving me this and this, and I've done so many shows and I've done this and blah blah blah. It don't matter, you know. Again, and not to bring Prince into it, but to bring Prince into it is changing your frequency. Changing the frequency in which you choose to live your life, right? And how the people around you, you know, and they can understand your mission and understand where you're going, and that respect what you do. That's kind of been my bubble for the past 3 years.
That's one of the reasons why Prince was received the way that he was. About everybody said, oh, he's like real eccentric, and he was like, no, he chooses and picks who is around him, because if it doesn't mesh with what he's doing and it doesn't vibe with his frequency, then you're out. It's just not. He can't have conflict when he's got a specific vision in mind that he's working towards. And if you're in that way, or you're in his camp and you're conflicting that vision, and you bring bad energy to the whole scenario, you're done. It's out. You're out.
Absolutely.
It's just all about energy.
I get it.
We talked about, we're talking about some of the ups and downs. One of the things this is a weird transition. And I did a Facebook post, and I was talking about time warp albums. Those albums that you hear, like the second that you hear it back, whether it was from your childhood, teenage years, wherever, you hear it and you're like, wow, you can't help but listen to this album all the way through, and it just takes you back into a time warp, and just like a really, and there's like so many amazing examples that people had put up. Sure. What is a time warp album for you that from any artist, doesn't have to be Prince, can be anything, that really kind of just takes you back, where you hear it and you're like, it's like if you had to like pick one vinyl album out of your mix, what would be the one that you would take with you?
Donny Hathaway.
That's a good one. Which one?
Yes.
Live.
Of course.
Donny Hathaway live. Lyrically, for me, the delivery for me, I felt that in every bit of my bones. Sade, when I saw her in 2011, when I first met Ryan, because Ryan Waters was playing for her then, and he invited me to the show. Wow. I was like enamored. Like,
she's insane
by her beauty, but by her storytelling. And D'Angelo.
Oh, forget it.
And that was the funk thing for me. That's when I saw, to be honest with you, that's when I saw Shelby for the first time, and I was like, who is this female giving all of this energy? Like, oh my God, look at her. Like, I just was like, I saw myself, and I saw the energy that I was like, I've never seen anybody like that as a female, so strong. Just the delivery. Those were the three things I can tell you for sure for me that really changed my life. That really, really changed me. And of course, you know, some albums along the way, like, you know, Whitney Houston and stuff like that I grew up with, and like Mary J. Blige and stuff like that I grew up with. But those were the ones that I was on repeat. Donny Hathaway for sure. I was on repeat because I was like, oh my God, how can this person just lyrically deliver? You felt every lyric in your bones live. You felt every message live. I'm so serious. Yes, Shelby. Yeah, girl. Yes.
I could say the same thing the first time I saw her perform live, and it was just she was like just a ball of energy. It's like
a ball of energy
happening right now.
Yeah, I was like, she had I was like, listen, this is out of control for me. This is what I want. This is what I want to be a part of right here. Like, yeah. So
that's incredible. You know, every person I've interviewed, talking about Prince, every person I've interviewed that's ever worked with Prince had those moments where he pulled them aside at one point in time and just kind of had them just pull them aside quietly in whatever the opportune moment may have been, and just kind of imparted wisdom on whether it was the performance or what they were doing, or ways that they could improve their performance. Was there a moment that you remember like that where he really dropped a mind bomb on you, where something that just kind of altered the way you performed or the way that you sing or even the way that you think about something?
Prince dropped tons of mind bombs on us. Me, Shelby, and Elisa all the time. We'd be in the kitchen, talking in the kitchen. Those of you who know Paisley Park, back in that kitchen, we would talk a lot about life. We would talk a lot about, what do you want to do? Do you want to be teachers? Do you not want to be teachers? Do you want to have a farm? Do you want to build your community? There are more notes than just stock harmonies. I remember he would tell me that, like, man, you just everybody be singing these regular old stock harmonies. Think outside of it. There's a lot of wisdom Prince imparted on all of us, to listen. I keep telling people like that, man, just listen. Stop talking. Talk too much.
Now, had you ever seen Prince live in concert before you started working with him?
No. I remember in Portland, he did a show. This was around the time I was indie artist, and I remember people were like running around Portland. Prince is doing an after show, and he was bangs. Sorry.
Okay,
oh my God, sorry. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. So
are you going to tell the story in bangs? You're just going to keep this to yourself.
Because Shelby can go, got him.
Inside joke. If it's an inside joke between you and Shelby, that's fine. But
well, there's two things. When I saw him in Portland, I can't remember the venue he was at. All I saw was his shoes. Me and Sadell went down, and there was this place Princeton went to go play pool, and they had all the curtains drawn, and all I saw was him playing pool. All I saw was heels. And all we saw was a curtain like this. All I saw was his little heels just walking around. And we were standing outside seeing his little heels playing pool. That was early. That was early on. But yeah, there was a time, and one day when the girls get on, because that's one of the things I think the girls and I should do at some point, and we talk about, and that's when we're ready, talk about crazy stuff that went on. Prince wanted us all to have bangs, child. and I'll leave it at that. Let's put it this way. We all went and tried to get some bangs, and I'll leave it at that. We went and had bangs. We had bangs. I had a full weave with a bang. Shelby had a bangs, and Elisa had some bangs too. And that
I could see Elisa pulling off bangs. I can't see you.
Baby, we all came to Paisley Park. We all came to Paisley. We all saw him for the first time. We all got them bangs, child, and it was not it. But I digress. That's a whole other thing that
Shelby said with her cornrows.
Oh my God, bangs!
Oh my God!
Yeah,
we need to have a show with the three of you on just to kind of talk about some of those Montreux moments and just everything that went on with some of the insanity there and just everything. I mean,
we got some stories.
Because I want you to relive that first day that you actually went to Paisley Park, to start that school. The very, very first day that you went there to jam with him. I'm assuming it's at Paisley Park. Was it at Paisley that you the first time?
Was. And to be honest with you, that's where I kind of got my inspiration for the song Edge from.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it is. Because I was nervous. I was really nervous. I was scared because Marva King, as we all know, she introduced me and got me in that job because I think she was leaving or something at the time. And I got to Paisley. I was scared as hell. I was like, just take me where I need to go. Prince probably saw it on my face. He was like, chill out. You need to eat. And then when we got to the piano, and for the lines for the song, like I'll just close my eyes because I don't want to look. I'll just feel with my heart. I'll just feel with my heart. That should be all it takes. That should be all it takes for me to get this. Cover Me in Roses, just because, I know with him and the roses and the flowers, cover me in roses, get me closer to love because I felt like he was loved. Let me know you better. Let me know you better. Let me know Prince better. Let me know you better. This is more than just a drug. It's a high. Like this energy is a high. It's a feeling. It's an energy that you're giving me right now. So you taking me over the edge, basically. Because he told me the one time, okay, you can sing. That's cool. But I really want to hear you sing. I almost got my ass fired in LA. And then, I was singing cute and I was, doing a couple of runs or whatever. I was like, oh, I got this. And I remember Marvin nudging me like, girl, you better open up your mouth and sing. Stop playing. And then when I was really, 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 really singing, I sang. And then I just remember kind of Prince walking away like, and then him turning around like, okay, there she is. Like, okay, you can keep your job. Because that's what I want. Like, if you hear me singing Edge the first time, when I sing the first time, I was singing it pretty. And then the second time I sing the lyric, I sing it because that's really me. So it's really my voice. That's me opening up. You know what I mean? Like, if you just live your life closer to the edge, if you live your life without regret and you just try, you know what I mean? Just push yourself more. You don't know what else can open up for you. And that was the inspiration actually for Edge was Prince being like, man, open up, open up, open up, get closer to it,
That's cool. I'm going to have to re-listen to the rewatch the lyric video now and knowing all that. But what was the first song that you worked on with him? Was it?
It was off Lotus Flower. It was the Lotus Flower album. I think we had sang a cover. I remember Prince and Shelby being in the studio. Or I think we all sang together. I could be wrong. But we all sang together harmonies and stuff like that. I think it was a Sly song or some cover that we did. And then we went to the studio and I was doing harmonies on Lotus Flower stuff. And he was like, oh, I like you. Do you want to come be a part of the band? And I was like, yeah, I can't do a show in New York because I have a show and I'll be back. I can't do it. I just felt so bad. I was like, oh no, girl. So my friends were like, are you kidding me? You should have canceled your show. I was like, I can't do it. But I eventually, he let me back in. He was like, oh, we like your voice. And I was like, thank you. And I was in. And then my first show was Nokia Theater. Oof. That was the 3-show. That was the 3-show night. And I was like, oh my God. Threw that tambourine in my hand. And Shelby was next to me going in. And I was like, oh my God, I gotta keep up.
I love hearing all those jam sessions. We have a lot of clips and whatnot. Not that I'm going to play here, but y'all can listen on Purple Yoda Radio. Y'all know where to go. But we have like jam sessions that you guys did, and where you guys were rehearsing a lot of that stuff and rehearsing the shows and whatnot. And he's like, he'll always be yelling at you, you got to commit. You got to commit. He would always say, you got to commit. You got to commit.
Don't even open up your mouth if you feel like you're going to be strong and wrong. You might just shut it down and just get the reprimand from him, period. Don't even open up your mouth if it's going to be wrong, period.
All right. You got to tell me the story about this right here.
Oh, wow.
So we got to go back a little bit.
Just a little.
We're just going to go back a little bit because this is a time warp right here. this is
Baby Liv.
Yeah, Baby Liv.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're putting this album together, are you thinking to yourself, I'm going to be the next? Who you think who are you modeling yourself after when you?
Nobody.
Nobody.
Mm-mm. I was being me. That's me. That's me. That's young Liv. That's 2006 Liv. That was no holds bar. That was the industry hasn't hit me. That was be everything who you are. It doesn't matter. Nobody's opinions mattered. That was me fresh in the industry. And I some way missed her. Because that was me. That was authentically me. I'm not authentically me now, but I wasn't influenced. I'll put it to you like that. There was no influence.
Had Prince heard this album? Oh, for those of you who are listening on the radio,
Yes.
There's a lot of visual components here happening this evening. Sorry for you. If you're listening on Purple Yoda Radio, I'm showing the cover for the Embrace Me album right now. We have hundreds of people listening all over the world right now. My apologies for any visual cues that you guys have missed throughout the night. And for those of you just joining us, we're interviewing the beautiful and lovely Liv Warfield here.
Oh, bless.
So, so you've come, but you look at your journey and how far you've come since this, and all the levels and all the. I mean, think how far you've come since this.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a long journey. It was. I look at this album, and the album was amazing. Mm-hmm. The album still holds the test of time, because I was truly telling my story, like just who I am. Because Bernard Purdy played on ABCs. Bernard Purdy, for God's sakes, played on ABCs on this album.
You talked about Donny Hathaway on that song, didn't you?
I did. Yeah. I've come a long way, and she's still the same. I'm still her, but I'm just more of a conscious, mature her,
And then fast forward years later, and then this lovely
Nancy, yes, oh my God, yes.
Then this lovely woman steps into your life, who happens to see you, Nancy Wilson from Heart, who is by far one of the greatest guitar players on the planet.
My girl.
You hear all those iconic guitar riffs. She was groundbreaking.
Absolutely.
Anything about Barracuda and stuff, it's just like, yes, she was a beast. And she sees you on Jimmy Fallon performing Why Do You Lie, which is the same song that smacked me in the face too. I was like, God.
Yeah.
What is it like? I mean, you're obviously, I think all female performers, no matter what genre you're from, you have to know who Heart is and their position in the hierarchy of women in rock, and just women in just being the groundbreaking women that they were. And Nancy they just kicked open a lot of doors. And you have to be aware of this. before, when you get to work with her, what is it like working with a rock queen like Nancy?
Nancy's amazing, hands down. She is so open and doesn't have to be, Nancy's just nurturing, man. And secure in her queendom. I put it to you like that. Because she knows what she has done in this industry. She's more than just that. She's more than just rock. She does movie scores. Like Nancy's so humble about her, just about her art and her, I don't know, just who she is as heart. You know what I mean? She's so humble about it. You know what I mean? She's so cool like that, and that she can bring me into her world being like, oh, you want to write? Do you want to do something called Road Case Royale? Do you want to write some songs with me? She's a powerhouse. And Ryan, I shouldn't brag, but I know Ryan has done some stuff, and he still does stuff with Nancy Wilson. He still does some shows with her from time to time. But Nancy's, her voice, her creativity, she knows what she wants. That's what I love about her too. She just knows what she wants. You know what I mean? And being able to play with her and do the shows live with her is incredible too, because, she allowed me her platform and her space to sing Barracuda and, These Dreams. And when I, did the album with Road Case Royale and stuff like that, that was a whole nother level of like badassery that I can't even explain, because she's so chill. You know what I mean? She's rock royalty, and, but she was so cool. It wasn't, sometimes you meet your idols, or not even idols. I shouldn't say idols. It's not idols. It's more like people who you admire the most, and they could be disappointing to you. Let's be honest. And when you meet them, but she's just like so open, so cool, willing to write, willing to do whatever, and I love Nancy. I love her for her heart. I love her for her wanting to support women in rock.
Yeah, she does a lot of that.
She does a lot of that. She always gave me the space and allowed me the space to just do me. Yeah, she really did a lot of the time.
Yeah, and of course, speaking of queens, sorry, this she was, for those on the radio, we just put up a picture of the legendary Tina Turner.
Man,
you can't. Where is she in your? She's got to be in your top 5 as far as.
She's more than top 5. It's not even a number with her to me. Not top this. It's the thing that she did for Black women in rock is a different thing. It's a different level. Same thing with like Nona Hendrix and like Patti LaBelle and like Betty Davis. Like I just feel like sometimes Black women get overlooked in the way of like sometimes not being seen because it's different. It's not R&B. You know what I mean? And then I'm also tired of the titles. It's kind of like whatever moves you. You know what I mean? Her electricity is what moves you. Her voice is what moved you. I listened to her doing a song with Herbie Hancock. It was a jazz ballad. A guy, Hans from Seattle, put me onto this, and I said, "Oh my God, I've never heard Tina Turner like this." I was blown away, because that's the thing. It's like sometimes we put these artists in worlds that we're like, we just know them for rock and roll and we just know them for that. But she's so multifaceted, right? She took people's cover songs and made them her own to where they think that they're hers. Tina Turner goes so much deeper than what people hear on cover tunes and stuff like that. She's so much deeper than what we even know, and what we just all know her for being the strong woman who battled like domestic violence and stuff like that. There's so much more to her than that. There's so much more to her than that, because that's always ends up being the story, and it is an amazing story. It is a triumphant story, but there's more to her than that. And I love her for being somebody who I could see myself as being a Black woman. I could see myself finally a representation of something different, you know, something different that moved the world. You know, that's what she means to me. You know,
she's I wasn't really wanting to make that a part of the show, but I know that she means a lot to you, and I just kind of wanted to, you know, give you an opportunity, you know, outside of social media to be able to kind of just publicly.
I love her down. Like, yes,
she is absolutely positively the queen.
The queen, yes, honey.
Yeah,
absolutely.
She is, absolutely. She's the queen. All right. That was you, Jeff, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What?
You need to oil that spring, brother. What's the longest practice jam session you ever did working with Prince? I've heard of these day long sessions.
Let's not talk about rehearsal sessions, child.
I'm just kidding. This is the only question I have regarding Prince on this in this regard, because it's one of these like rogue off questions. It's just like
they were long.
They would just go.
They were all day. They were all day. Take a break, come back, do it again for another 5-6 hours.
Are you ordering food out at that point? Of like, or was like just the chef just bringing out vegetable plates? What's happening?
No. We would eat dinner with him. We would eat dinner.
What would you guys eat normally?
Whatever the chef would cook, Joel. You know, this wasn't all the time, but when he would invite us to have dinner and stuff like that, that was always lovely, you know, because it was always family. It was always a family thing with him. And it was always family with him. And when we got invited to eat, you know, with Finding Nemo in the back, playing, that was always great. But sometimes we always didn't get the invite. And we would go off to like Jimmy John's or something crazy. And Elisa would go to Jimmy John's or whatever, and we would come back. But they would be long. And I think I was talking to Ryan or J Mac about this. Like, nobody rehearses like that no more. Like, it's like the rehearsal thing. And maybe shout out to all of y'all that do rehearse. That's fantastic when you got the time. It didn't really cost that so much to rehearse as a band, to get the hours in, you know? And that's the thing about him having the Paisley Park and the facility and bringing us out, and we rehearsed for hours and hours because we were tight like that. And that's what I loved about him, honestly, the most, because he cared about every integral part about the show. Everything, every little thing, every detail is what I love about him. And I miss him for the after shows. I miss him for all those things that make artists great and that make us a community of artists, right? So we're not always separating ourselves in these little pockets.
Because, you know, you look fantastic for everything. I mean, overall, it's unbelievable to me.
Yeah.
Even when you were on GMA, the lady was just like, the vibes that are coming off you are just unbelievable. I mean, what do you do? Like, can you turn it down? What do you do physically, emotionally, mentally? And what have you done over the last few years? I mean, I guess consistently that's kind of contributed to these notable changes that people are kind of seeing in you. I know there's a lot of things that go on and happen in life and kind of build up character and everything, but what are some of the things that you do? I mean, you know, the daily rituals that you have to do to kind of be in that zone.
Right.
I was just telling Jeff when I went on vacation, I went to Maui, and then which is beautiful, but wore me out. And then I came back.
Okay.
I came back and was home in Atlanta for one day, and then went to Minneapolis for the celebration. And then I had something else to do that next week, and I was worn out. But here you are, day after day after day after day for months on end, sometimes years on end, just going nonstop. What is your daily ritual? What are you doing? What are the things that kind of keep you moving, keep you healthy, keep you in that good mindset? And just, I mean, what do you
Ethiopian food?
I was gonna ask about the food.
All right. Okay.
Ethiopian food. Those who know me really know me. I love Ethiopian food.
What's your favorite dish?
Yeah.
I love Ethiopian food. Okay. But the aerial stuff really helped me within the past 12 months, but also learning to find joy. Learn to find those pockets. I decided a year and a half ago. I'm about to change that shit up, because I saw life like trying to come down on me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And the thing is, it's not like I'm doing this shit every day. You know what I mean? Like, I'm eating healthy. Please, child. You gonna see me at Chipotle. You gonna see me hit all the spots. But at the same time, as long as I'm conscious, as long as I keep myself consciously aware, and also giving my body love, you know what I mean, and like constantly stretching and stuff like that. But most of all, joy. I'm so serious. It's so easy to say, yes, Taco Bell, whatever.
Teen's calling you out.
She does, because she knows. She calls me on the phone. She's like, where you at? I'm like, girl, I'm through the Taco Bell drive-through line. Quit playing. I am. I'm not gonna lie. I do those things, but joy. Like, I finally found a space to allow myself the energy of joy, to allow myself to be happy, to allow myself to fucking make mistakes. I'm sorry, cousin.
That's fine.
But allow myself those things, but also learn how to reel that shit in.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you got to do.
Because you can't be a blessing to somebody else. They always say you can't fill somebody else's cup if yours is empty.
That's true.
There you go.
Hallelujah. Yes. Shanta.
Right? You can't. You have to be able to accept yourself. You have to be able to just be comfortable with you, be happy with you, be happy with what God gave you. Even if it doesn't match up with whatever else you're looking at and comparing it to, it doesn't matter. That's what God gave you.
Matter.
Use it.
Yes.
Be you.
Yes.
And then the blessings will flow from there, and then you can pour onto others. That's exactly what it works.
It's not easy, because we can all speak this shit right now and tell everybody, okay, you know what I mean? Light an incense. I got my candles going in the back, but all of that stuff is easy to be said, but you just make sure you pour into the next person. That's all I try to do. And we keep ourselves accountable. Shit, you know what I'm saying? Some days, Funkatopia, you know what I'm saying? Some days it might not be it for you. It might not be the day for you. But if you got yourself situated around people to be like, you good? No, I don't know if I want to interview Liv today. I'm feeling, I don't feel like
I can't take the energy.
But Jeff is like, man, you got this. We don't know what she's gonna come with today, but she
right.
got it. So
what do you like to do on your free time?
I can't even answer that.
Does it involve your husband? You like go out, hang out.
Works all the time, and that's.
What do you?
I don't have free time. Ain't that a shame? I don't have free time, so I'm working on that.
I mean, you guys are gonna have vacation time for you and him to get away and just kind of just be.
We're working on that, Jeff.
You're working on it. When's the last time you vacationed with him when you're not working? How long has it been?
Well, now you got to put up the stuff. So
See, now you got
hanging
this is it though. Liv is like you got to pour into you. You got to pour into you in your relationship. You got
Listen,
to get
I'm
away.
gonna need y'all to
gotta
hit
get
him up
away.
singly and be like, Psh, you need to take your girl
you.
on a trip, on vacation. She's been working her ass off.
Yo, man, did you see the last show?
Did you
We
say
need to
exactly
talk, man.
that part? No, it's coming. It's coming.
All right. Tell me. I only got a couple more things. I want you to tell me about this. I want you to tell me about Lena Blue. You still in this?
Oh, I still am. I finally am done with Cabaret Zazu and Lena Blue, my lenablue.org, my nonprofit. I'm so excited to finally have the time to get back into it. It's built off of my Aunt Lena and off of the song On the Unexpected, the Lena Blue, if y'all know the song or not. Yes. The thing about Aunt Lena, is that she always was pouring into me. Like, even when my parents didn't see I was a singer, even if nobody else saw it, she did. And she was always giving me the, girl, you got it. I could see it. I know what you're going to be one day, this and that. And the energy of that felt like that's what I want to do for others. When they don't see it in themselves, whether it's adults, kids, I want to be able to give them a platform to be able to do what they feel like they want, what they desire to do. And most of it focuses on basically the arts, musical arts. Sometimes I do Lena Blue sessions here in Chicago where some artists don't get a chance to get a shout out to be heard. We do it at this place called Lay Piano. Yes, those are my board members, Ron, Lynn, Abibat, Cynthia, Teen. We give them a platform to do so. So this year, I'm going to be working really hard on doing a lot of donations in my hometown, Peoria, to do like Thanksgiving drives and like to supply art supplies to the kids in the high schools or the grade schools, anything like that where we can be of service. That's all I want to do, because Aunt Lena to me was always of service. Yeah, these are actual photos.
What an amazing photo that is, right?
Yeah, isn't that amazing, right?
Killer photo.
It's pretty cool, right?
Just like a picture says 1,000 words, but there's just like, I have no idea what's happening here. But
this is in the streets of Peoria. I think my grandfather took this photo of, you know what I mean, female musician. This was back in the day in Peoria. I don't know exactly who they are, but I know this is when Aunt Lena, my uncle, not my uncle, but my grandfather Leon, this was their thing. This was their hang. And I feel like that's the energy I want to bring back. That's Nashone, who's actually was singing on Maybe They'll Take Your Picture. She's an amazing artist. So we our mission is to support anybody who needs the help in the arts. So we're going to be firing that back up again now that I have more time, since I'm not in Cabaret Zazu, to do those things that we've been wanting to do all year. So I'm excited.
You just let us know how we can help you with that, because that's amazing. Just let us know.
Thank you. I will. Thank you.
And of course, we have one more thing that we want to pull up, which is the tour dates that you have remaining coming up here on your little on the website here, obviously livwarfieldofficial.com. And you can click on tour dates. You are going overseas here. And what are you leaving for this? This is
tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning. Oh my God, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. But I'll be in Chicago on the 24th. I might have.
What's happening here? You're flying out to France tomorrow, then the next day you're coming back to Chicago, and you're going back out to Germany?
Yeah, for the Prince experience, yes. With WDR, that's going to be amazing. And that's with Paul Peterson. Mike Scott, Paul Peterson, Cassie. I'm really, really looking forward to doing this recording, and we're doing a show in Austria. That's going to be amazing. That's at the end of August, I believe.
And then you're coming back to the States again. You hit DC, then New Jersey, Seattle. Well, at least DC and New Jersey are relatively close to each other.
Yeah, that's going to be a big show, because that's a day after the album release, September 15th. But we got a lot more dates. I think I'm going to be possibly doing the Fine Line in Minneapolis, September 12th, maybe. after the album release. So,
all right, well, are you gonna come to Atlanta at some point here?
I want to come to Atlanta.
I haven't been here in a while.
I want to find a good venue to play in Atlanta. You know, I know there's City Winery, but I really want to do a place where we could just let go.
City Winery is cool.
Yeah, we can help you find a place.
Yeah, City Wineries, we can help you find a place. City Winery is cool, but the thing I don't like about City Winery is the lighting is horrible. It's just red and yellow, and they don't move. It's just red and yellow.
Oh no!
There it is.
They're like can lights. They're like it's like what's happening here?
Oh no!
And the sound is okay depending on where you're sitting.
Yeah.
And everybody sits during the show, so it's like it's kind of hard to get that energy from the audience as an artist. There's like we just got done. Jeff Page and I just got done seeing Nick West there, who was in your video. Jeff Page, we were talking about that.
Yes, Nick.
She's my hero, bass player wise. One of my heroes was for bass players, and when I saw her in your video way back in the day, I was just like, this beast, this beast.
Yeah, we just got done seeing Nick West there, and we were like, oh, she killed it, and everybody was just sitting there, just yum, 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 yum. I'm just like, oh, y'all need to be standing up. What's wrong with y'all?
Listen, and that's the thing I have too. Is like I want people to be standing up.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have a party. We have a good time. So
well, I don't want you got to finish packing, get ready, all that stuff. Let me just go ahead and just say I am so excited for this brand new album. Where if I have your permission, I would more than happy to put Edge, and maybe they'll take your picture and put them up on Funked Up Radio so they're in rotation. So people can hear them. So if that's cool with you, I'll be more than happy to put them up there. For all you folks, you're seeing this URL on the bottom, funkatopia.com/live. That's not where you'll find out more information about Liv. That is where you can pre-order the album Edge. I do have a question though. And I don't know if this is intentional or not, but on the pre-orders, you can only get MP3, digital, or vinyl. You can't get CD on Amazon. Is there a reason for that, or is that an oversight?
Might be an oversight. I gotta check the label, but this box right here, CDs.
Oh my goodness!
I just got them today.
Can we see one? Can we see one? Yeah, it's gonna be too much to open up the box.
It's
all right. It's all right. So yeah, just make sure that they put up the CD option, because right now it's only vinyl or digital music. And she's opening the box.
Oh, is this the open video?
I'm sorry, Cynthia.
That's all right.
Cynthia made me do it.
Oh, we're getting the reveal. We got two.
I can't believe it. We got the reveal video. First open.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Wait, is this the first time you're seeing this?
Yes.
What? Oh my God. Look at that.
That is it.
Okay.
That's it. Oh my word.
Cynthia, don't be mad.
This is an exclusive right here.
Exclusive opening. Yes.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Oh wow. Okay. That's this.
Oh man, nice. That looks good.
Wow. Okay, hold on.
Ha! Yes.
Nice.
Okay. Oh my God. Okay. Here we go.
This is amazing because she's seeing it for the first time too, Jeff. This is
Oh wow. This is
great.
This is incredible. Christine says that's mine you're opening.
Oh man.
Oh, it's got a lyric sheets in there too.
Lyrics.
Oh gosh.
Booklet. Oh yeah, the band.
Oh man.
Wow. It's fantastic.
Right? This is so good. This is so good.
Yes.
This is incredible. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
I see. That's the reason why I don't like buying digital music. First off, I'll listen to something on Spotify to kind of first off, it's tangible, but you also get to see who's playing on what Sometimes
That's right.
Sometimes it's you can't see any of that stuff. It's just too, I don't know.
I agree. And I've been collecting vinyl, so that's
Baby.
yes.
This is amazing.
Unbelievable. Wow. Incredible. If you want to pre-order that, well, first off, you go to funkatopia.com/live and you'll be able to pre-order it. Hopefully the CD is listed on there. Jeff Page, can you visit funkatopia.com/live, which will forward you to the Amazon page and see if the CD is listed there now?
Yeah, let's do that.
Because I think right now it's only the vinyl and digital music that's up there right now.
Yeah.
I was going to order it. And it was like,
the vinyl and digital. Yeah. Mhm.
Yep. It's only vinyl and digital. Yep.
I definitely want one of those CDs for sure.
Oh yeah, I got you.
I love vinyl, and I probably will order a vinyl. But one of the things
the CD, huh? You like the
I love it. Love it.
Well, I'll put it this way. If anybody's in Chicago, I'm probably only going to do, I'll probably sell so many at Chicago show that's coming up. Because these are my first batch that I've ever seen. So they'll be out before the album.
Nice.
Oh my God. Well then, yeah, we got it.
So I guess I'm just gonna have both.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
I got them. I got them. Get you one. Get you. Listen, look.
Yeah,
look.
I gotta have it.
Listen, she's happy and all that. She's happy.
Oh my gosh.
Doing a twist and turn.
Beautiful.
She's doing a twist and turn. Come on now.
I tend to get two of things like that because one I play, one I never open.
Christine says, "Stop putting your fingerprints on my CD."
Okay.
Ocean says that verifying the CD is available for pre-sale on Amazon. All right. Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Well, we got to talk about getting you that rack for your silks. We got to talk about that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna figure something out.
So all I ask is this: everybody, please support. I am independent. Thank you to all of you that continue. Thank you, Funkatopia. Thank you, Christopher. Thank you, Jeff, for constantly putting my stuff out there. And I really appreciate the support from everybody because it means a lot to us. I know I'm terrible at the social media shit, but I just ask everybody to keep supporting. This album is really amazing. Really,
so
really great.
Here. And just that reveal of that song, Maybe They'll Take Your Picture, is just incredible. And Edge is just incredible. And that's
thank you so much.
Just, if you can obviously probably see some of all the comments here. All he's just like, can't wait to get one. It's amazing.
Thank you.
Congratulations. And
thank you. Awesome. Thank you. Thank y'all so much.
So many people here. It's just
oh yes, bless.
Everybody's here. I got to be a little bit quicker about putting up all this stuff.
Thank y'all so much.
There's the dog's gotta go out. It's time for me to go out.
Yeah, right.
I need to go out.
Go out. I've been sitting in this interview with you the whole time. Time to go.
I've been quiet.
Thank you so much, everybody. Facebook.com/Liv Warfield Music. She updates that quite a bit. You can keep up to date with everything that's going on. Pre-order that CD the quickest way. Funkatopia.com/Liv will take you right to the Amazon page. It's got all those pre-orders. Pre-order that CD right now.
Yes, please.
Do it. Please do it. And Liv, I love you so much. I love
y'all. Thank you so much.
And we will see you soon. And let us know when you want to come to Atlanta. We'll hook it up. We'll figure something out for you.
Love it.
We'll work it out. We'll make it happen.
Thank you.
All right, Liv. Good night.
All right. Good night.
Thank you.
Bye, y'all.
Bye. Oh my gosh, Liv Warfield.
God, I love her.
Yeah,
those records, though. Those records.
I just, man.
I can't even, man. Okay. I'm ready. Okay.
That stuff from the Edge is just ridiculous. that Edge clip? Let's listen to the Edge clip one more time.
Yep, play it again.
Taking me over, closer to the edge, constantly pulling me open to the sea of everything that's always calling me. Will you come be with me?
Oh,
Just take my money.
that right. Here, take my wallet. Send me as many copies as you think I should have.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Thank you, Susan. Absolutely. Oh my gosh.
Man.
Yeah, I've had Liv on the show before. A few times she's been on the show. And the first time, I think Prince had asked her to come on the show because there was something going on. I can't remember. I have to look back, but it was like 11 years ago. And then Ryan was there too. And yeah, we've been around.
Whew.
Yes.
She's a ball of fire. I love it. I love
the album is epic. I cannot wait to hear it. And I am just so excited.
Just good stuff. Good stuff.
Yes, absolutely. All right. I got a question because we got a couple things of news that we want to discuss with you real quick. We went ahead and did the Liv Warfield, went right into it, but we're going to go ahead and do news and our controversy corner just real quick. We're going to cover a couple of real quick items that we want to bring up for you. First off, Purple Yoda Radio. For those who don't know, you can go to purpleyodaradio.com and you can listen to 24/7 Prince. ASCAP licensed radio station, by the way, where you can listen to 24/7 Prince, all Prince, commercial free. If you don't consider the bumpers, like you're listening to radio, commercial free. And we also have another radio station that's all funk, which those two tracks that we played tonight, Edge and Maybe They'll Take Your Picture, will be in rotation on Funked Up Radio. Got the nod from Liv to do that, so it's cool. We're going to do that. But Purple Yoda Radio is going to be changing. We're changing the app. The app's going to be changed. And Patreon supporters, I have a brand new radio station because we're renaming the radio station from Purple Yoda Radio to Uptown Radio. And Uptown Radio is already operating on a separate URL. It's not part of the app, so you can't get it on the app. You have to be a Patreon supporter to even know where it's at right now. But if you're a Patreon supporter, you can listen to it. The stream is already live. It's already going right now. But we're building an app that's going to be pulling that stream in. And when the app is launched, which I'm hoping is probably going to happen, I think it's going to end up happening in August, probably late August. The brand new app is going to be coming out. So if you are a Patreon supporter, you need to log on to Patreon, go to the Funkatopia page, go to patreon.com, patreon.com/Funkatopia, and you can see the URL for the brand new radio station that you can listen to right now.
I think there's something going on with that URL right now.
What do you mean? Well, there was something that was going on where it put the period at the end of the URL, but just scroll down scroll down the comments and the URL has been fixed. But you can actually listen to it. It's so Patreon supporters can listen like right now. So to kind of get a taste. And what's really, really cool about the new stream is that it doesn't have those, the songs aren't like crazy 2-second overlapped. They're like back to back, maybe with like a little, like a hair, half a second overlap. New bumpers in the mix. And what's really cool is it takes all 1,200 songs or whatever there are in the mix and it shuffles the whole entire list. And then it plays the list in sequential order from what it shuffled from top to bottom before it plays anything. So if you hear Raspberry Ray, you ain't hearing that shit for another 4 days.
Yep.
So that's like literally how many songs are in that mix for the Prince stuff. And I listened to it for about 4 or 5 hours today. And I was like, wow, this is really different. I'm hearing songs I haven't heard rotated in like in, months.
Nice.
On Purple. So if you're a Patreon supporter, definitely take advantage of that. Go on to Patreon and look at the last message. Again, there was something was going on with the URL for a second, but it was fixed. And but anyways, check that out. It's really, really cool. Raffle prizes for what we did like 3 weeks ago. That finally got them sent out because I finally was able to find boxes that actually accommodated. Actually, what happened is that I was trying to find boxes to accommodate the vinyl, and I was like, why am I doing this? So I out and I sent the vinyl in a separate vinyl box. And so that way I didn't have to have a big box to accommodate the vinyl, and I was able to send. So
you said what happened was
what happened was, and then so it was a whole thing. And anyways, the second place winner, which is a pretty big prize, was from Australia.
Oh, wow.
It cost $65 to send the package to Australia.
Wow.
Crazy. Crazy. Jill says, I'm so ready for my fun ready. It's out there right now. I thought you were a Patreon supporter, Jill. I thought you were already on there.
Come on, Jill.
Just hop on.
What do you mean? Just click the link, man. Click the link.
Click the link, and this is Uptown Radio is already running. It's just not on an app, and it's not available to the general public just yet.
Right.
I'm working on it. All right, a little bit serious note. Prayers up for our Midwest. It's kind of happening all over the country, but for the Midwest and West Coast fam, the heat has been excruciating over there. Many of you are probably in those states right now, and I can't even. My heart goes out to you guys. It is just ridiculous. There are people there have had. Whether it's been 100 degrees plus every single day for like what seems like it's been like weeks now.
I think so.
Man. If not well over a month, it's insane. I am I don't know.
Yeah, that's just a lot. That's amazing. It's wow. Just so guys.
I don't remember hearing if there were any deaths as a result. But I'm sure that there are. But we are in Donna says she's in Vegas and it's 1:15. What? Oh my God. That's just too much. It's just too much.
Yeah, it doesn't stay safe, stay in, stay away if you don't have to do stuff. It's a lot. We think we can tolerate stuff, but this, man.
Yeah. So, and I know Jason Aldean just got done for the country music folks out there. Just got done doing a concert over there, outdoors, and had to cut it short because everybody was passing out. They were like, "All right, we're done here. We're gonna take a little bit of a break because, Anyways, today, so prayers up. Make sure that when you say your prayers at bedtime that you put those folks in there, that they have some protection because, wow, it's crazy. Yeah. Jill Norman is 108 in Dallas. Oh my gosh. It's just insane. Man. Doesn't even make any sense. Yeah. But to go on to lighter news here, it is the 39th anniversary of the release of Prince and the Revolution's single, Let's Go Crazy.
I can't believe it's 39.
I said this on Facebook. I said, I remember exactly where I was when this song came out. I was standing in my living room in downtown Atlanta, and this song came on the radio, and when that solo hit, I was like, what?
Right.
Because this is pop radio. This is pop radio. This is nothing. This is pop radio. It doesn't even make any sense. It's like, what am I hearing here on pop radio?
Right.
Screaming guitar and nothing else. No drums behind it. Just the screaming guitar and nothing else.
Right.
And I just had to sit there and was sitting in my room, and I was just waiting for it to come on every single time. And of course, you have your fingers on record and play on your tape player, and you're like, come on, play that song again. And then I guess a few days later, I finally ran out to the record store and I got it. And then of course I listened to it about a dozen times before I finally flipped it over and was like, well, let's check out this Erotic City song. And I was like,
Right. It was over.
I was like, what is happening right now? And it was just, it's just, oh man, it's just crazy. Heidi goes, that's impossible because we all remember getting that on, but none of us are 40 yet. Yeah, well, I don't know what that means.
Funny how that works.
Yeah, it's funny how that works. Just a little bit. Yeah, I just bought that album this last year. It was silver on the sides.
I bought it when it came out.
How are you just knowing? Yeah, it was crazy. That's insane. Easily one of the best B-sides ever. Erotic City. I mean,
absolutely. It was
we're gonna have to do a show around B-sides. Absolutely, we're gonna do a show.
We did talk about that. So yeah, we just have to.
Yeah, maybe we just dig that.
We just gotta do it.
Play it, I guess.
We'll have a B show.
I don't
on the B-sides.
We talk about B-sides. I know I did an album chat about B-sides, but I don't remember doing a show just talking about B-sides. Where
we talked about wanting to do a show.
Oh, that's probably true.
That's
probably true. I know that when I did the album chats, I did a B-side album chat, a 2-part B-sides, because we had the B-sides of the 80s and the B-sides of the 90s. But yeah, it's kind of a shame that in the 2000s there weren't any B-sides.
Funny how that works.
Just kind of all right. Yeah. All right. So everybody's saying, let's do B-sides. All right. We'll do B-sides.
Cool. We'll do it.
For right now, for next week, we have a special guest coming in. Now, the whole show's not going to be with this person, but we are doing, he's going to be a special guest. You may not know who this is, but this gentleman's name is Mark Webster. And he's going to be on here next Tuesday. And you may not know him, but in Paisley Park, you know that amazing Prince.
Seen him.
You've seen him at Paisley Park. If you've been to Paisley Park, you've seen this man.
You've seen him.
You know that amazing symbol out in front of Paisley Park? That man was responsible for getting that done. Do you know the highway that's getting renamed to Prince Rogers Nelson? That man was responsible for that as well. And he's known Prince since 1978. So the man's got some stories, but he's not one of these kind of guys that was like, we didn't hang out with Prince all the time or whatever, but he's known him all his life. Their families are really close. And he's got a couple of stories he's going to share. He's going to be on for a really, really short, just a short little window. We're going to talk about the highway. We're going to talk about the Prince symbol. He's going to share some Prince stories. I talked to him earlier today. He says, yes, I'll share some Prince stories. So cool. I'm going to tell some Prince stories. And we're going to be doing the rest of the show. We'll be doing Controversy Corner, which is the thing that we started doing last week, where we start talking about the news and we kind of talk about things that are just a little bit off the beaten path and kind of have people that are really split down the center on certain topics and things that happen. So we're going to kind of throw that onto the plate. We're going to have a Controversy Corner show, but we're going to start it off with the one and only Mark Webster, who is, again, the man responsible for that amazing symbol that's out in front of Paisley Park, which is now, was such an amazing addition to the facility. I mean, everybody gets their picture taken in front of it. And then on top of that, to get the highway renamed, all the things he had to do, all the steps he had to go through to get through that.
That's amazing work.
We got to hear the stories, and we'll find out. It's
We had a lot of people celebrating and all excited recently over Sheila E. For the Hollywood Walk of Fame and her star this year.
Yes.
That was amazing because everybody loves Sheila E. I thought I would just take a look at who else, because we just everyone ignored all the other artists and people. So I kind of pulled out a little list of all of the Hollywood Walk of Fame class of 2023. And so I wanted to pull that out and kind of talk about it. We've got, these are all the people that are announced and confirmed. There are a few others that they've talked about, but they're probably not until 2024. But we've got Mark Anthony, Irving Azoff, Sheila E., which again, July 12th was her day, Ice-T, which was February 17th. The Jonas Brothers have their star, and that was in January. The Pentatonics, Lenny Kravitz.
Pentatonics, yeah.
Pentatonics, yeah, Pentatonics, man.
I didn't
Lenny
know it was
Kravitz,
I missed that one. Is
yeah.
that happening or is that already done?
What's that?
Is that already done or is he getting it done? I missed
Well,
it.
here's the thing. Once they get selected, they have up to 2 years to schedule their ceremonies. So we may not have seen them. They haven't come out yet, but they've been selected. So
Yeah, and just so we're clear too, with these stars, yeah, they'll honor you, and you have to go through an approval process, but then you have to pay for it. A lot of people don't know this, but it doesn't take away from the honor of it. But I want to say it's something ridiculous, like $50,000 or something like that for them to block off the street, for you to pay for everything. I mean, even though you're the one being honored, you still have to like fork over like tens of thousands of dollars to make this happen.
you won the chance to give me money to give you a star.
But if you can get documented on the Hollywood Walk of Fame for forever, well, until the San Andreas fault,
tears it all up. Yeah.
Until California breaks off into the ocean.
Right at that spot.
Right.
We got Blake Shelton.
I hate LA. Have you been to Los Angeles?
Yeah, I have.
It's a freaking horrible town.
Yeah, it's
a shithole. I'm sorry. I just can't.
Wow.
It has some endearing qualities, but man, it's such a. I was like, even when I'm walking around, like you go and visit some places, and you're like, they've got some cool areas and some really cool venues and some really cool clubs, and there's some really cool people there. But there's some towns you go into, and you're like, I can't even imagine myself living here. It's got to be the same. It's got to be the same way for people who come to Atlanta. It's like when people come to Atlanta and they go, I can't imagine living in Atlanta, because Atlanta as a city is not this. You're not looking around going, wow, yes, I need to be right here in the middle of it all. It's just not, I don't know. It's just, Los Angeles is nothing for me.
Yeah. I really like the city. I had a great time out there, and we did our events out there, and it was 2 years in a row, so it was a pretty big deal for us too. But yeah, I get it.
Again, there's cool venues and stuff, but man, I just
Pasadena.
Can't. Yeah, but and a lot of places around it, like you can all the outskirts towns and stuff, and those are really beautiful areas and stuff. But
yeah, absolutely.
I'm talking about LA, the town, the town,
just LA, like
that town is just like, I just feel like
wait for that sidewalk to split up.
I just feel like there's a homeless person on every 5 feet. It's like, you know, money. Walk a few steps and give me some money. It's like, oh my gosh,
I loved it out there. I mean, I thought it was great.
Right.
And there's things that you see, but when you go into the city anywhere, it's gonna be like that. So
I was like, well, you just alienated your West Coast viewers. I love it. Next week we got a special I Love LA.
We're gonna dedicate the whole show.
We're showing some love to Los Angeles.
I think you just started our controversy corner.
We did. Let's start it. No, we didn't start that. I say things just to get you guys riled up, right? You do realize that. That's okay.
It works. You're good at it.
That's my job. Was there somebody else in the mix that you were some others you had in there? Tupac?
Oh, well, yeah, there were more. I love that Tupac Shakur finally posthumously for June he was taken care of. Charlie Wilson, Melba Moore, Ludacris, not for music but for motion pictures. So he was handled. Sorry, Chris Ludacris Bridges, Jenny Rivera posthumously again also. And hoping I didn't miss anyone. There was a lot of buzz about Gwen Stefani. They were like, oh, she's in. But I think she's one of those class of 2024 type of scenarios because she's not on their official website list, even though it says it in other places. So I just went, eh. So, yeah, congratulations to all of them for 2023.
All right. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool. I mean, I miss Lenny Kravitz. I'm kind of bummed at that because that would have been something that we would have talked about. I wonder when this.
Well,
maybe it hasn't happened yet.
Again, I don't think he's actually done the ceremony yet. So he's been accepted, but they've like I said, they've got 2 years to schedule from the moment it's announced. So this was just announced recently, like last week or 2 weeks ago, whatever time it was, or in June, I guess. So whenever he schedules it, everyone would be paying attention because it's Lenny Kravitz. So
yeah. I'm actually Ludacris is just mind-boggling me. Obviously, with everything he's done with Fast and Furious and everything.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's done other movies too. But he's easily recognizable from those. And I just remember hearing him as a DJ here in Atlanta. It still blows my mind. I mean, I know that I'm trying to think. It was that long ago. He was just a DJ here in Atlanta, and he was on the radio station.
Right.
I would listen to him on the radio here in Atlanta, and then I heard the story was that he went to, he started using some of the radio station's equipment and just to record his first album, and he just like so after he got done, when he'd go off into the studios and he would just
wasn't he in Crash?
I think he was.
I think he was in Crash too or something like that. So I think that was anyways, yeah. So,
all right, so for Controversy Corner, we only have 2 things on Controversy Corner because we know it's getting late, so we want to kind of end this in reasonable time. As Adriana's like, it's 10 p.m. and you're just starting Controversy Corner.
Can't believe you.
I know, but we had to get off. We said that we would do Liv the debut of that song. Maybe they'll take you a picture from Liv Warfield, which had an exclusive premiere right here, which is so killer.
It was worth it.
All right, so. All right, let's do it. If somebody wants to come up with a jingle for us for Controversy Corner, please do it and send it to me because this is what we got.
It's horrible.
It's horrible. It's horrible, but it's funny as shit. It's Princess Controversy and then Aloe Black from his own corner. It's horrible. So if there's any musically inclined folks out there that want to come up with a new one, absolutely, let's do it. All right, so this first one, I don't even know what to think because I had to sit and think about it as I'm kind of watching it. Because I'm like, have you watched this video, Jeff? All right. I don't know where to go with this. I really, really honestly don't know where to go with this because I kind of watched it and it was like, I don't see what the problem is, but I guess it's an issue. It's a thing. So let me just play the video. Unfortunately, it's like 1:25. So just watch the video and then yell. Then we'll talk about it here for a second. Let's just watch it.
I was in Mississippi recently, okay, and I had about 4 people. I'm being light. Ask me, is that my real hair? Let me remind you, because it's summer, baby, the frogs about to be out. There is no proper time as a non-black woman, okay, to ask a black woman, is that her real hair? Because the first question you must ask yourself when you ask that is why? Do you want to get the bundles? Do you think my hair texture will match your texture so you want to know who my vendor is? If my texture don't match yours, why do you want to know? Because if I tell you yes, you're going to be surprised. And if I tell you no, I confirm the notion in your head that black women can't have hair as big and pretty as it is. Whether it's mine or not, it exists. So, just a PSA, baby, a friendly reminder. When you feel the sudden urge to ask a black woman, is that her hair? Is that your real hair? Is that all your hair? Remember, shut your mouth. Shut it up. No, I don't care if you smile and say it, be quiet. Just when it is trying to come out your lips. Don't even let it come. Just know you're supposed to be quiet. There's no right time to ask a black woman, is that all your hair?
So I gotta ask, okay? Here's the thing.
Wait, who you asking?
I don't know who I'm asking.
Because I'm not a black woman.
Whoever
I do have an opinion, though.
Whoever is, maybe we should just start with your opinion. Just start with your opinions. Go with your opinion.
Oh, you.
I think we should start there. I think I need a good solid foundation before I open up my white ass mouth.
All I got to say is I've heard that. I've heard that. That is a legitimate thing. From what I've heard, women assume, they look at each other's hair, they think it, but they do not walk up and ask each other about whether that's their hair unless they're already close and already cool. But you don't know them.
Is it because see this was like groundbreaking to me to watch this video, and here's why. The first reason is because I was like, is this a thing? Because I didn't realize it was even a thing, that this was like something that was really upsetting to black women to have other, in this video, she's saying that non-black women were coming up and asking, but what is, I guess this is a thing.
It is a thing. I mean,
it's because they want to buy the same hair if it's not the real hair. Be clear. I don't know.
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna reveal this for you, Chris.
Okay,
Mr. Christopher.
Thank you.
This is a real thing. All right, I have hair. All right, non-black people.
Okay,
women particularly do want to ask about hair and want to touch hair. Those are the two things that they always want to do. And it's a like, what is going on? And it's a
why
thing.
would you want to do that?
What want to touch somebody's hair? Oh, I like your hair. Oh, I like your hair. Oh, I like your hair. And that's just, that's the problem. So
the only reason why I would ask, if I had the cojones to ask, is because a lot of times I see women, like I'll see a black woman with beautiful hair, and the next thing I know, I see a video of her just taking it off. It's like, wow, I thought that was your hair. You just took off your hair. I cannot believe you just took off your hair.
Nah.
And so that, if I were to ask that question, it would only be to ask, is that real hair or is it your natural hair? But is that a no too? I mean, I wouldn't ask.
But see, you already know it's a no. You just for you to discuss it makes you nervous. That's a no.
No, I only know the only reason why I'm apprehensive when I say this is because of the fact I just saw that video. I didn't realize it was so upsetting for folks.
So anyone who all right, it's kind of like when you see a beautiful woman,
yes,
and you look at her and you go, oh, is that makeup? It's all of those things you know or you don't know. But if you're questioning whether someone's even like, is that legitimate? Are you even how do you know what I mean? It's like, whatever their style is, just accept that it looks good and leave it alone. If you're not cool with them, you don't know them. I don't know if asking if it's your. The only time I think it's legitimate for someone to ask that is if it would be someone who works in the industry.
Or if it was on crooked.
Did you sneeze too hard? Or,
you always potted that way?
Always.
All the way over to the right and shifted?
I can't tell when hair is whatever, but I've been around women when they're like, ooh, something, and I'm going, really? Like, how can you even tell? I can't tell. And I'm glad, but I'm afraid too, because I don't want to.
I would imagine. Okay, and this is it. Gina says, "Is it okay to compliment her hair?" Well, okay, of course, I would think that's okay. It's just a question of, and that's the whole reason why, is that your hair or not? It's kind of like, are you asking this because of the fact that you want to go get the same hair again, like I had said before, or is this a thing where you're wondering if it's a real hair or if it's not a real hair? And if that is the root of the question, whether or not she's going to take offense to that. Like,
Well, that's because
my real hair. Of course, it's my real hair.
yeah, but that's because I think
I don't know.
people get offended too easily too, because the only reason anybody's going to ask is because they don't believe it could be for you. And if you're offended by that, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, because you know, if I believed it and whatever, okay, but you know, sometimes they're like, that can't be real. I'm gonna go ask. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Please don't do that.
Your hair is unbelievable.
Unbelievable. My thing is touching. People get in my personal space. I don't appreciate that. I don't like it at all.
Prince's thing too, because even when he did that Arsenio Hall,
yeah, don't get too close to me.
He was doing the interview. Was like, people always want to touch his hair, and I'm like, don't.
Yeah, don't do that. I've had people do that. I've had people randomly, not knowing them, reach out, and I'll have words. I'm not afraid. I won't just look at them and smile. Oh, I'm telling everybody right now, I am not the guy who will look at you and go, "Oh, thank you." No, I'm gonna knock your hand away, and I'm gonna let you know, no, don't cross that line. That's just me, though. That's like, you know, you shanked me.
Yeah, Jill says compliments are fine, but touching or asking if it's real is out of the question. Some think we can't have long hair. Of course, Black women can have real hair, but that's the question. Is like, you really kind of want to know: is that your real hair? Is that your real hair? Because what if you're a man and you're wanting to pick up this woman, and part of what attracts you to her is beautiful flowing mane, and then you get home, and then you get her home, and she's like, "Zoop."
But so what?
What?
You walk away. Check it out. Hey, you're beautiful. Your smile is amazing. Is those your real teeth? That's just as offensive. Why?
I don't know.
Like, leave it alone. You like my smile. Thank you. You don't need to know if they're real teeth or not. Will we get home and I go, then you know. You want something to eat? Just Jello. We know.
I think we need to have like an episode of like white folk questions. I think that's what it is. Questions that like this. That it's just like, you know, we need to know where those boundaries are. We know where a lot of boundaries are, but some things like, is that your real hair? I didn't even know that was a boundary thing until I saw this video. I'm like, okay, all right. Yeah. Chris Teen says, reverse it. Would it be okay as asking man if he has hair plugs? Yeah, but if he does, he's gonna lie. Because hair plugs are a little bit, because hair plugs are different because they're actually in the scalp, and it'd be almost impossible to tell whether or not this is real hair or not. This is true.
Hey, you look good in them jeans. That your real penis?
No, it's socks.
No,
That's for asking. No, it's a pair of socks, but
it's a strap on.
I appreciate you considering that. I am the total package.
You like my cucumber. Oh, that's
I think if you're packing cucumbers, people are like, that's not right. That can't be.
It's like, yes, it is. And you just plop it on the table. Just like that.
All right. Well, so that's it. All right. So, and unfortunately, the last controversial corner thing that we have is not really controversial, but it's funny nonetheless.
It is funny. Miranda Lambert, she was in a Las Vegas concert. Okay, so I'm just sorry. This is ridiculous. She stopped mid-show to chastise or reprimand or just plain, get on the case of a group of women who were taking selfies during one of her songs, one of her emotional songs or something.
Yeah,
here's reaction from the audience. Some people walked out.
Hold on a second. Let's
go ahead, play that.
All right. Well, and I'm not going to play the whole minute of it, but these people, just to kind of give you a picture. This person wears clothes from the Jill Biden clothing line. Okay. All right. Let's go up so you're not like diverted from the. All right. Anyways, these two girls are taking a selfie at a Miranda Lambert concert, and Miranda sees it, and this is what happens.
Something bound to fall apart. I'm gonna stop right here for a sec, Danny. I'm sorry. These girls are worried about their selfie and not listening to the song. It's pissing me off a little bit. I don't like it. I don't know. I'm here to hear some country music tonight. I'm singing some country music.
So dumb.
So anyway,
so right there, I'm sorry. Right there is proof that she's about to do this really beautiful slow song or whatever that is, and she's not into it anyway. That's it. She's just not into it.
And these girls had to be in her direct line of sight for her to see. They had to be in her direct line of sight for her to see this, because if she had turned her head a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right, she would have saw there were hundreds of people at that concert
With
taking
phones.
pictures, with
Taking
phones,
selfies.
either recording her, like the person that recorded that video, and everybody else that's in that stadium with cell phones in their hands. But for some reason, she was giving shit to these two girls that were in the that were right in front of her.
Has she not been paying attention what's been happening in the news? Did she not watch our show where we talked about it last week? She not using her brain. People are throwing their phones at the performers. She asked for someone to throw a phone at her. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
Let them take the damn selfies. We're at a show to enjoy how we want to enjoy it, and just do your set. I paid my ticket. Do your song. Let me take my pictures, and that's what marketing is, right? This is the generation.
And we talked about this with Prince, and how frustrating that was for me with Prince, because I would have loved to have captured all the moments. I'm not one of those guys that just sits there with his phone and watches the whole show with the phone. I may line something up and then watch it live as it's happening, but like trying to kind of capture it so I can relive a moment for myself. But on the same note, I do see that how irritating it is when people, like hold up their phones and it's like you can't even see, stuff that's going on. I do see how that's irritating, but it also it's also really flushing down all of your marketing, because that's how viral marketing works, especially as soon as we crossed over 2000. That's how viral marketing worked.
Yeah.
You allowed people to record the shows or, in little snippets or whatever. And that's how viral marketing works. I
think recording is one thing, recording video, whatever. They weren't even doing that. They were taking a picture though. I mean, it's a selfie. Like, hey, here we are. She's probably behind it. They probably got her back turned or something. Come on. That's just a ridiculous thing to complain about. Of all the things, I'm like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's my story and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, it's a little bit too much. All right. Well, we hope everybody had a great time tonight. That's it for our Controversy Corner. Next week, we will actually have, I only did a couple of fillers because I knew that Liv was going to be on for a while, because I had a bunch of questions, and, I just was looking forward to having Liv on the show.
Yeah.
Go to funkatopia.com/live to pre-order that amazing album. We got to hear two incredible tracks. Just two incredible tracks. And then on top of that, be sure to tune in next week. We're going to have a big show. It's going to be Controversy Corner, like a whole show around Controversy Corner, because I think we are at our comedic best when we are just kind of riffing it.
It's going to be scary.
It's going to be funny, and I will do my best to find topics that will absolutely cross the line. I'm sure I'm going to find most ridiculous stuff I can find, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to have some fun. And on top of that, also Mark Webster is going to be on the show. And for those who don't know, Mark Webster is, you've probably seen him at Paisley Park, and he's known Prince since 1978, and he was one responsible for getting that big, huge, amazing symbol out that's in front of Paisley Park that everybody gets their picture taken in front of now. And he was also the one responsible for getting the highway renamed to Prince Rogers Nelson Highway. So we're going to talk about all of that with him. And of course, I talked to him and he said, yes, I'll share some Prince stories. So cool. We have some Prince stories. And of course, Controversy Corner. And if you want to rewatch the interview with Liv Warfield, absolutely, you positively can do that as soon as we stop. It should be on Facebook. It should be on YouTube in perpetuity. But then, of course, I will also put it up tomorrow on iHeartRadio and Spotify and Odyssey. And so all that stuff is going to be happening tomorrow. So get ready. It will be out there. And man, I hope you guys had a good time. Jeff Page, you have a good time?
Yeah, I had a good time. Everybody make sure you get some rest, unless you're in a part of the world where you're getting up.
Of course. All right, everyone. Good night. I hope you had a good time. We'll see you next week. It should be fun. I'm thinking. Probably. Most likely. We'll see. Mr. Christopher, Jeff Page, Funkatopia Live. Adios.